what to approach the person based off of who they are. So someone who's in their 90s, as you mentioned, is most likely going to want a letter. And then about the curious part, obviously you want to ask yourself questions about the deal, but I think based off of Michelle's comments that it sounds like things might have been going fine until she asked to buy the property, and that's when the person hung up. So Joe, when you were explaining what to put in the letter, you know obviously the purpose of that letter is to buy the property, but you didn't want to just come out and say, hey, I buy properties, can I buy your property? Are you looking to sell right now? Because obviously that didn't work. So position it a different way. Ask them if there's ask them if they're having any challenges, present potential challenges, as Joe mentioned, and mention that, instead of saying, could you want to sell it to me or I'll buy your property, to say, would you mind speaking on the phone with me so I can present you with some potential solutions? Now, something else that I wanted to mention too, and Joe, let me know if you think this is crazy, but I interviewed a guy, actually twice. The last two times I did interviews, I interviewed the same person. His name's Preddy, and he buys multifamilies in Boston and converts them into condos. And he finds all of his deals by door knocking. So typically in Boston, these multifamily homes are actually owner occupied by a family who owns it, would be living in one unit, and then they'd be renting out the rest of it. And someone who's in their 90s might they're going to appreciate the phone call, the letter, but who knows, you might have success actually going there in person. Now it could go horribly wrong as well, but I mean, people do door knock and people do find success with door knocks. But of course, there's also going to be a lot higher, I wouldn't say risk, but a more likelihood of it turning sour, I guess, compared to just on the phone or a letter, because they're not in front of you. But I know it does work, and it sounds like for this particular situation, if you really want this deal, you could just, and assuming that they're close, you could just send them a letter and mention that you plan on stopping by on Sunday to present these potential solutions. And if you don't get a phone call or a message back saying don't show up, then you can show up. Just don't do it out of the blue, I guess. Probably let them know first, just in case they don't want you showing up, or they're worried about meeting people in person. But I don't know, it's just, ever since I interviewed Preddy and he talked about door knocking, I've just thought that it's kind of a solution to a lot of different issues people face, particularly when looking for off-market deals.
Yeah, and that's going to work better for single-family homes, because with large multifamily properties, you show up at my door. Like if you show up at my door at my house asking to purchase my property, there might be violence. Like that's so over the top. I would be furious. But with single-family home, it may or may not. It probably works a lot better. I will tell you, in this example, since we're talking about a specific example, but also how it overarching applies to other deals, with this example, what I would do is I would use that as a last resort, where in my, say, the sixth letter I write, I would write in the letter, hey, and you know what, just in case you are not able to reply via the written letter, then I'm just going to stop by on Saturday at 2 p.m. and bring you, I don't know, a gift basket for it being Veterans Day or Memorial Day weekend or something like that. Just make up a reason for giving them a gift that's relevant. And if that time doesn't work for you, then feel free to give me a call and let me know, and I won't stop by. That way you're giving them a heads up you're coming over, but you're also giving them a way out to like call you and say, don't show your face on my property. And then they'll show up and see if it works. And that, so yeah, I'm with you on that.